I want to quickly talk to you about the $50,000 upgrade triple cash rewards credit card. The minimum FICO on this card is 560 and the APR minimum 8.99%. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Suited Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you are to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about the $50,000 upgrade triple cash rewards credit card, and the FICO is 560 and the APR minimum 8.99%. One thing I want to say from right off the bat, please. This is not a promotional video. This is an educational video. We have no affiliation, no relationship with Upgrade. They have not paid us for this video. Let me jump right into the overview here, folks. As you can see on the screen here, Upgrade is known for their personal loans. We have reviewed their loans on this show. Now we want to review their credit cards, and they have a constellation of credit cards, okay? So actually there are 4 credit cards that Upgrade has. Now, in today's conversation, we are speaking about the triple cash rewards credit card, but I just wanted to acquaint you with all the other credit cards. So you have the cash rewards. This offers unlimited 1.5% cash back on payments. Then you have the triple cash rewards, which is the focus on today's conversation. Here you have unlimited 3% cash back on payments for purchases in home, auto, and health categories. Those are the 3 categories: home, auto, and health. Then you have the Bitcoin rewards card. Here you have unlimited 1.5% back in Bitcoin on payments. So 1.5% back in Bitcoin when you make payments. Credit line the credit lines will go from $500 to $25,000. You can actually get all the way to $50,000 if you have a great financial situation and or a credit score. You have affordable monthly payments with no annual fee. And what I want to say is the Bitcoin rewards card. We actually have reviewed this card on another show. So please check out our catalog of shows for this particular credit card. And the 4th credit card that you might be interested in if you want to get a card from Upgrade is the Upgrade card. This is just the Upgrade card. This is the basic card. It is a card that has no fees. You are in control with this card. This is kind of cool for folks who have I would say people who have a bad credit score or fair credit score, but also a low income. So if you're making, let's say, less than $25,000 a year, you might want to go for the Upgrade card as opposed to the Upgrade Cash Rewards or the Upgrade Triple Cash Rewards card. Okay, just trying to lay the foundation of today's conversation. Let's talk about the card details here, folks. In this show, I'm still talking to you about a massive credit card from Upgrade. We are speaking about the $50,000 Upgrade Triple Cash Rewards credit card, okay? FICO minimum 560. And you can see the card again. This is a fantastic card. And I want to really go into details here. As I was telling you earlier, there is a trifecta of categories you need to pay attention to if you want to use this card satisfactorily. So you have 3 categories: home, auto, and health. The card has an APR that oscillates from 8.99% to 29.99%. That's about 9% to 30%. Okay, no balance transfer offer, and you have unlimited cashback on payments. You have 3% cashback on those 3 categories and 1% cashback on everything else. Okay, there are no fees. Credit lines go from $500 to $25,000, but again, they can go all the way to $50,000 if you have a great financial situation and or a credit score. And you can use the card whenever Visa is accepted with safe and fast contactless card technology. Now let's dig a little deeper here. When we talk about 3% cashback on home, auto, and health categories, what do we mean exactly? Let's take the first category, the home category. So you have if if you use the card to purchase anything from hardware to home supply to landscaping services to heating to plumbing, AC. That's kind of cool. And here are some examples of merchants where you can actually have qualified purchases: Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, Wayfair, IKEA, and more. Let's talk about the auto category now. So you have automotive parts, car dealers, car washes, tires, towing services, and merchant examples. We have Tractor Supply Co., Discount Tire, we have Firestone, Tires.com, Mavis Tire, and more. And what about health? Big decision time. Let me ask you a question. Big decision time. Do you usually spend? Do you have some medical expenses going on right now? Do you? If you do, then this card might be a great opportunity for you because you can actually get cash back on your expenses. So this will cover everything from health and beauty spas, gym membership, exercise equipment, and merchant examples include Walgreens, CVS, Academy Sports, Dick's Sporting Goods, MidwayUSA.com, and more. Okay, and remember that you have 1% cash back on everything else. And if you have more information, if you need more information, I want you to go to the link that's currently on the screen, and you can also go. You can see home, the categories for home, and the categories for auto and health, the expense categories. Is this card right for you, folks? In this show, I'm still having a conversation with you about a massive credit card from Upgrades. So we have maximum limits, $50,000. The APR starts at 9%. And is the card really great for you? It really depends. Let's go through the benefits of the Upgrade Visa card with cash rewards. So it is available to those with FICO scores of 560 and up. This is pretty good, right? So you have a minimum FICO score of 560. This is really good. The card earns cashback rewards. Okay, you have the 1% and 3% that I spoke about. You have fixed monthly payments that make budgeting easier. This is really good. Not a lot of credit cards allow you to have that, so this is kind of cool. And the card also offers hard to find features. Okay, so you are getting a soft pull. Not all credit cards will allow you to have a soft pull, so this card has a soft pull. And the one thing you also need to understand here is that you are able to get a limit. So once you enter your information, they'll give you a soft pull. They'll give you an offer. But once you decide to proceed, you'll get a hard pull once you agree to the conditions, to the terms and conditions, and you want to get the card for real. They will do a hard pull on your credit. Okay. So that's for the benefits. What about the drawbacks? What about the cons? And one thing you need to understand is that other credit card options may still offer better terms in our view. The card lacks some benefits of more traditional credit cards. So if you're looking, let's say, if you're looking for a sign-up bonus or a 0% intro APR period on balance transfers or new purchases, you want to look elsewhere. Because this card, the Upgrade Visa card with cash rewards, does not offer these things. Rather, you might want to look into other products. For example, let's say you might want to look into the Capital One Quicksilver Cash Rewards credit card. It also earns 1.5% cash back on all purchases, and the annual fee is 0. Okay, so this is kind of cool. And one thing I want to say also with this card is that, and this is another drawback, you cannot bank your rewards because the cash back you earn with the Upgrade Visa card with cash rewards is automatically applied towards your next month's balance. It means you cannot save up your cash back for a big purchase later. No. And that's different from how most rewards credit card work. Okay. And another thing is that the card is not available in certain areas. So they're not available to residents in Iowa, West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Washington, D.C. And we've seen that Upgrade may have a potentially weak user interface, something they need to work on. Let's talk about the card uniqueness. What makes this card unique? What makes this card interesting? Okay, folks, in this show, I'm still talking to you about a massive credit card from Upgrade. We are speaking about a potential limit of $50,000 APR that starts at 9%. What we love about this card is that if you go with Upgrade, you actually can you have some kind of flexibility. In other words, Upgrade advertises the flexibility of a credit card with the low cost and predictability of a personal loan. And indeed, we believe, based on our research, that this credit card can be used in those two ways. Okay, you can use it as a credit card, so you can use it to make purchases, which are converted to installment loans at a fixed interest rate. If you carry a balance beyond the due date, you can repay it in equal monthly installments over a set period. The card itself is issued by a certain bank. Big decision time. Let me ask you a question. Does that sound interesting to you? In other words, do you want to have a credit card that converts into a personal loan, for instance? If this is the case, then you might want to apply for this Upgrade credit card. So the card can be used in two ways, right? As a credit card, but also as a personal loan. So you can tap into your credit limits and request that funds be sent directly to your bank account. Again, you can pay back the loan in equal monthly installments over a set period and fixed interest rates, okay? One thing that I want to specify here is that you cannot use the card at an ATM to withdraw cash. However, personal loans are made by Upgrade's lending partners, okay? So this is a good bit different from how most credit card works, because at the end of the day, if you were to withdraw cash from a normal credit card, you have to pay like ATM withdrawal fees or the cash advance fees. They're the APR on those is just crazy, right? Nobody wants that. But at the end of the day, when you really think about the Upgrade credit card, this is an unsecured credit card, of course, no security deposit required. You can get pre-approved without hurting your credit scores. A card that you can use as a credit card, but also as a personal loan. And you have to just make sure, and we love the fact that this card also reports to all three major credit bureaus, okay? So you have Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Let's talk about eligibility. In this show, I'm still talking to you about a massive credit card from Upgrade. We have a maximum limit of $50,000. In terms of eligibility, first, no active bankruptcy. The FICO score minimum 560. Annual income $25,000 per annum. So this is a $25,000 per year. That's gross income. So that's about $2,100 or a little bit of a tad bit above $2,000 a month. And you need to show proof of income and employment. So what they're asking here is they want you to show your W-2s, your 1099s, and your tax returns for the last 3 years, okay? And you need to have a bank account. Let me ask you a question, big decision time. Do you currently have a bank account? Have you been banking for, let's say, at least 1 year or 2 years? You got to have a bank account, folks. I don't care if you have if you have a job where you are being paid, I would say under the table, so to speak. You need to have a bank account. You need to be bankable. So because what's going to happen here is that Upgrade is going to check. They might actually link their system to your bank account to evaluate your financial situation. They want to see the cash inflows and outflows. Okay, so this is important. Another criterion is the DTI, your debt to income ratio. It has to be less than 35%. In other words, for every $1,000 that you make, you need to spend less than $350 to service your existing debt. Okay, and another criterion is that you cannot have more than 2 Upgrade credit accounts. So as you really know, Upgrade offers loans, they offer credit cards, so you can't have a 1 Upgrade loan and 2 credit cards. You can have 2 though. You can have 1 Upgrade loan and 1 credit card, but not more than that. And you got to be at least 18 or 21 years of age, depending on the state where you are. And you got to have a social security number. If you don't have a social, you can still have an ITIN and qualify. Not a problem. You just need to make sure that you actually, when you call Upgrade, you need to specify that. An ITIN stands for Individual Tax Identification Number. It's kind of similar to a social security number. This is for foreigners. And you also need to think about how you're going to, the best in our view is to basically have all your info, all your tax returns, your financial statements, all that data before calling Upgrade. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation today about a massive credit card from Upgrade. Maximum limit $50,000 and a minimum $500. And but $50,000, that limit is for folks who really have a great financial situation. Otherwise, you are looking at a potential limit of $25,000. Okay, and how do you qualify for this credit card? And there is a specific set of documents that Upgrade wants to see. So before I was explaining to you the eligibility, now they want to see a specific set of documents. First of all, financial statements. So you need to have your personal balance sheet, your personal income statement, and your personal statement of cash flows. Now, if you have your balance sheet and your income statement, that's fine also, because they can actually look at your cash flow movements with those two. They really don't need the cash flow statements. They want to see your pay stubs. If you have a job and you're not paid electronically, you still need to get a letter from your employer that ascertains how much you're being paid and the frequency of such payments. You might be required to provide your W-2s and 1099s. And you really want to check your credit score. Even though the credit score is the minimum is a 560, you really want to check your credit history to make sure there are no derogatory items, there are no invalid items, no fraudulent transactions in your credit report, that is really dragging your FICO down. Your tax returns, it's important. So that will be your tax returns for the last 3 years, your 1040. And if you have a side gig, they really will pay attention to your Schedule C to see what kind of inflows of cash you are bringing in, what kind of inflows of cash you have on your tax returns. This is important. Upgrade might ask for employment verification. In other words, they might be asking for for a letter from your employer that shows that you are actually employed and how long you've been in that capacity. This is important to have. And one thing I also want to say here is that if you are having a joint application, if you are applying for this credit card with your spouse, for instance, the same information will be required of the co-applicant. So it's something you need to keep in mind. And once you have that, you should be fine. You can apply for this card online, but you can also give them a call. You can call Upgrade and ask the question about the specific cards you want to apply for. Let's talk about how the whole thing works. So when we're speaking about the Upgrade card, folks, I'm still having a conversation with you about a massive credit card from Upgrade and maximum limit $50,000. So very simple. You have 3 steps. You get your Upgrade card, so you apply online and get a credit line from $500 to $25,000 and potentially $50,000. You make purchases or get funds sent to your account. You pay with Upgrade card at retail locations and online, whatever Visa is accepted, or you get funds sent to your bank account. Remember, I was telling you this card can be used as a credit card or also as a personal loan, right? So that's step number 2. Step number 3, you need to pay it down. You make monthly payments, which can be debited directly from your bank account. This is why I was telling you they need you to have a bank account, okay? And so this is for how the whole thing works. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, okay? And one thing I want to say here is that applying for this card is also very simple. And this is what we're going to talk about now, the application. You can see on the screen here that all they want you to do, you go online, you go to the Upgrade website, and you enter your information. We are still we are applying for the Upgrade the cash rewards credit card, right? And what you want to do is you enter your basic information: first name, last name, your address, your city, your zip, your date of birth, how much you're making every month, and if you have additional income. Additional income stands for everything from dividend income, passive income. Anything that is not your primary source of income will be considered additional income, okay? And so you enter your info, your email address, and click check your credit line. And one thing, as you can see here, next they are saying here that, once you click on check your credit line, they will be asking you, they'll be saying, hey, listen, you will be receiving offers, okay? And the offers will depend on your social security number. Here, at first, they don't ask for social security number, but once you actually enter your, you can see on the screen right now, that they were asking you for your social security number. At first, they don't ask that info. But if they cannot track you down, if they can't see you in the system, they'll ask for your social. Again, this here has nothing to do with a hard pull. They just want to have better information about you. So when we enter this, we basically, you can see on the screen here, it says, "We are sorry, we were unable to approve you." And this makes sense, folks, because if you go back to the slide before, you can see that in terms of a social security number, you see where it says social security number, we enter something totally fictitious. Okay, I mean, nobody has a social 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we just did this to be able to show you how the whole system worked. But at the end of the day, if you enter the right information, you should be able to receive some offers from Upgrade. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was talking to you about a massive credit card from Upgrade, and this is the $50,000 Upgrade Triple Cash Rewards credit card. And I'll give you an overview, the card details, whether the card is great for you, the card uniqueness, the eligibility, how to qualify, how the whole thing works, and the application. Thank you so much for your attention. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.